What's up, guys? Back with our weekly nutrition video, and this one is about our environment and the foods that we keep at an arm's reach and keep around us here. So basically the theme is that we are in control of our environment, and then that has a inadvertent or subconscious effect on us there. So they did a little candy experiment about having candy on the desk, in the drawer, or 6 feet away from their desk. You can basically guess that the candy on top of the desk resulted in just subconsciously ingesting more calories or more candy during this experiment. So the further away things are from us, the easier it is to avoid those things. So it can be as simple as something like, instead of having ice cream in the freezer, you only have ice cream when you go out to an ice cream place and you have to go get it. So you have that barrier between you and that treat, and then you can plan it. It really gives you that time to have to think about it. It's a little bit more effort and more work to have to go and do that. So you're gonna consider it a little bit longer before you make that snap decision, like when it is just in your freezer or refrigerator. So trying to keep those foods that are really hard for you to resist out of the house, and only have them on occasions when they're kind of worked into our day in portions that work. Obviously, we know not all of us just live alone. We all have people in our household, whether it's just people we're living with, significant others, or children, and they have their food preferences as well. So it is something where we may have to make a compromise. Maybe you have separate cabinets for different folks. So even though it's in the house, it's kind of not in your cabinet. It's in the kids' cabinet, or it's in your spouse's cabinet or their shelf, and kind of keeping things out of your line of sight where you tend to usually go. Talking to your significant other about that and reorganizing or not having those things around can be helpful. Co-workers in your work environment can also be tough. So it can be as simple as maybe eating lunch at your desk and not going to the break room where there's always pastries and donuts or other things around. And then just making sure that we stock our fridge in a way where it puts the freshest, most healthy food options in eye view, and kind of have those treat types of foods tucked away back of shelves or back of drawers where they're not the first thing we see when we open it up there. So if you guys want this PDF, it's got a lot more detail, some good pictures of some really cleanly stocked fridges. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. And otherwise, try to think about ways you can adjust your environment to make sure that you're able to avoid having to even make those decisions and not tempt yourself with seeing those foods right out of the gates.